aspect of time. Let's focus on corporate earnings. Management of Blue Star is with us to take some questions. Satish Jamdar, the managing director at Blue Star, is with us from Mumbai. Satish, can you run us through the quarterly performance? The stock's down 3.5%. What would you like to tell your investors about the performance and the prospects for the company going forward?
Quarter 3 has been a little muted. You can see that yourself. More so in our segment 1, where the billing is actually down almost 50 crores compared to the previous period. The segment 3 also slightly down. Mainly within that there is industrial projects. So if you see, the common link is that the project business is slowing, and we are being careful what we supply and what we bill. I mean, we have orders in hand to build more, but we thought it's better not to, with the cash flow not looking good in some of those projects. Everything is in a slow mode right now. I think everyone's waiting for election, and December anyway is for us a very lean quarter. So even on the product side with winter, and also was a change of labels this year on the energy efficiency product. So the industry has moved to a new label from 1st Jan. So I think some correction in stocks movement not happen, but that's sort of a temporary thing. My view is that, see, on the other side, cash flow, borrowings, capital employed, we sort of protected. They're about what they are. There is indeed a slowing down in the cash flow economy, especially on the large projects, infrastructure, capital goods, or construction. Clearly there is a slowdown. I suspect that this will only improve after the elections over and new governments in place. That's what we all feel. But on the other hand, the product side continues to grow. You've seen a year-to-date 10% growth. It was much higher in the beginning of the year, slowed down when the dollar impact happened to the whole industry for most of the product groups, in not only air conditioner, I think many others. And that sort of slowed down, but still it's good. We also looked at exports since then because the dollar is now staying up, and it gives us an opportunity for higher exports, which we did. We grown, though our base was small, we actually grown pretty substantially there. Not only that, we also now went to new countries. We mainly in the Middle East. Now we added Sri Lanka we launched in December, then Maldives we launched, and we are already planning a launch in Africa in at least 3-4 countries, maybe in the course of the year. Domestically, where products have been growing, we looked at adding new offices where we see growth in states where the GDP is a little better than the average. For example, we added 6 new offices in smaller towns. That's where the growth seems to be for the last 2-3 years. We added Indore, now we added Patna, Ludhiana. So in a way, we are sort of going closer to the markets, and we see more growth there. So that is happening. Other good thing I'm seeing is because of the dollar being high, imports are a little down, and our factories are getting better loaded. So in a way, our value add is increasing, capacity utilization is increasing, which is what we're going to see in the 4th quarter. And in fact, if this carries on with the exports and less of imports and more factory, is good sign for the manufacturing sector, but more for us too, as we will utilize all the capacity we have. And not only that, we feel that within 2 years we may even need more capacity. So that thinking is on, and take a decision shortly, maybe in another quarter, on whether you want to start investment, because you want 2 years from now, you've got to start thinking now on investment. So this is where the product side looks. Along with the products is the service, revamp, retrofit, AMCs, that also does well. The manufacturing together with that, with exports and products will do well. The projects business, though we haven't had, as I told you, it's a little slowing down, and we're being very careful. It's always been the problem area, if you know, when we had problems 2 years back. We're coming out of that now steadily. It's taken longer because projects move slower, so what we thought we'll finish off in a year or 2 is actually taken almost 3 years. But that's how the way it is now. Can't help it. What's good is that many of the old jobs got closed, and in a way our order book is now reflecting more of newly booked jobs, which have been more recently when we were more careful with margins and cash flow and terms of payment. So I will see that maybe next year, though I don't see the economy maybe moving much better till maybe the middle of the year. Even so, for us, at least our product mix should look better.
Right. Satish, what's been the impact of new energy efficiency norms in terms of new products and pricing?
Yeah, so you're right. Actually, what happens is the requirement is that we actually taking one step higher on the energy efficiency platform for everyone. That's the standard that BE has given us. So let's say a 3-star air conditioner now would be, will be out of the reckoning because a 5-star will fall into a 4 or 3 category. And then we built new product, the whole industry has, for a new 5-star, which is therefore much more efficient. Now, obviously, by doing that, the costs do go up. The whole logic here is, of course, that you're paying a little higher upfront, but your running costs and your payback is within a year or year and a half, depending on how much you use. But still, the customer needs to understand, get educated that, we're trying to save energy for the future, so that's why the government's doing all this. I would have said that this is now the second time we're doing it. Every 2 years they had a plan. It was 2010, 12, and now 14, and that's the last one for now. But everyone absorbed that change last time. This time, the dollar impact also added to the problem. So in a way, the increase has been far more substantial. I have a feeling the slowing down in the industry, though it started off well, is partly to do with that.
Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about rand backs.